Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel here. I'm back with Obscura, and last time we got onto Francesco's route, and Francesco seems very naive, very gullible, very pure, relatively speaking, to the rest of the underworld slash cavern slash marketplace, and I'm not sure if it's an act or if he truly is just who he is, and that's fine, but I am worried for him. But our main character, Blue, uh, at the same time plans to take advantage of him to get Lunar Ichor, but then also feels guilty for doing so, understandably. But right now, he kind of has Francesco has this plan of experiencing all that the underground can offer in terms of different humanity experiences you can just experience, things that you can experience as a human being. And apparently, he was told that he could do so in the underworld here slash underground. So yes, I don't know what's gonna happen. Um, I've left it on these ellipses right here, so let me just dive back in. When I manage to peel my eyes open, I don't know what time it is. I suspect I've overslept, judging by how crusty and famished I'm feeling. Okay, that's like, you know, intuitively sensing how you feel. Very good. I honestly do not know how people don't have like clocks or anything here. It would drive me a little crazy. I'm sure I would get used to it, but I need to know what time it is. Not all the time, but sometimes. At least my mind feels clearer than it does yesterday, and eventually make my way downstairs. I eventually make my way down the stairs and towards the bar, where I order some oatmeal as usual. Today it's served with different toppings: caramelized coconut flakes and a dark burgundy colored syrup. A taste test reveals that it's concentrated black currant. That sounds actually very delicious. Hmm. Tonight has the potential for being the biggest mess. I need all the energy I can get. I don't allow myself to dwell on those thoughts for too long, and soon enough I'm out amongst the stalls and wares once more. The wares are, all in all, no different from usual. No lunar ichor. Each stall will swap inventories once in a while, but the chance of anything rare popping up is minuscule at best. I start to recognize the owner's masks, and they mine. With each passing minute, I'm more and more tempted to go find Francesco. It feels like the only way I'm going to advance my search in any significant way. My fingernails dig deep into my palm. I should go ahead. I've been searching for a while. I easily find my way back to the tailor's stall, where we agreed to meet again. Is it time already? Francesco is already here, leaning against the wall so as not to get in the way. You're early, Goldie. Blue. Yes, I just couldn't sit still. So I decided to come here as fast as possible. How long have you been waiting? His silence tells me everything I need to know, and he's blushing again. I should have nicknamed him Blushy. Let's pick up your outfit first. I believe it's ready now. His lips widen into a soft smile. The tailor beckons me inside, where she hands me the completed garment. My fingertips instantly glide over the surface of the material, a feeling of pure luxury. Once it's on me, the floor-length dress hugs my every curve. Its neckline dips low, revealing my collarbones and chest in an extremely flattering way. I love a good outfit. And it's an instant confidence boost that makes me stand up straighter. The silk feels divine against my skin. I find myself missing the privacy and safety that my cloak offers, so I'm pleasantly surprised to see an additional cloak placed aside for me, embellished with swirling patterns. Oh, that's nice. The hood comes up again, but I leave a gap in the cloak to reveal the silk underneath. Ooh, this looks nice. Look at that embellishment and also like the metal like clasping the cloak closed. It's gorgeous. That feels much better. When I step outside of the changing room to reveal my outfit, the tailor quickly smooths some wrinkles away and otherwise nods, satisfied. Quite stunning. Do you like it? Do I ever. Thank you for your hard work. Don't you mention it. We're grateful for your generous patronage. After stashing my previous outfit into a cloth bag, I make my way towards Francesco, who instantly goes rigid, lips nearly trembling. I hope you did pay her triple. She's done a pretty good job. She did. His voice almost comes out as a squeak. I'm going to assume you like what you're seeing. He pauses. I don't know what to do with myself right now. What? You look nothing short of magnificent. This is everything I could have hoped for. His compliment feels genuine enough to make me smile. Thank you, Goldie. I think we'll look wonderful while we dance. He goes quiet for a little bit, then blushes again. You're welcome, and I agree. I'm sure they won't be able to keep their eyes off you. Shall we? I nod in the direction we're headed in. Yes, right. We bid the tailor farewell and turn around to leave. The side streets we follow take us straight to the entertainment district, where the brothels and bars are pressed together around every corner in barely controlled chaos. Among it all, the Mosaic Club seems worn down. The facade has long since lost its colors, and the only indication of being said club is a metal sign hanging loosely at the front. At first glance, it doesn't even seem like they want guests. But the black carpet paving the entryway and the slow stream of smoke emanating from somewhere within tells me otherwise. The bouncer with the crow mask allows us through after a quick glance. Ooh, look at that crow mask silhouette. That looks fun. Don't give us any reason to kick you out, or you'll pay dearly. Excuse me. To my horror, Francesco stops in his tracks and faces the bouncer. Please don't threaten people so casually. It's quite hurtful. He can't be serious. You got a problem, punk? Oh no. Well, yes, we haven't done anything to warrant this kind of treatment. It costs nothing to be kinder to those around you. Is Francesco just a sweet person? A sweet bean? Hold. You want to tell me how to do my job, punk? Their gravelly, smoky voice cuts through my objection. Why don't I take you out back in the alleys and show you how things work around here, huh? That won't be necessary. Sorry for the trouble. I'll take care of him. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no. Just as my hand reaches out for Francesco's arm to pull him out of the way, the bouncer's grip encloses my wrist, hard. Not today. Little snots like you who run their smart-ass mouth piss me off the most. And now you want to fucking lecture me? Blue! Cool it. We're just coming through. My attempt at freeing myself is futile. They've already gotten a hold of Francesco's fancy coat with a merciless tug. I hear him whimpering from the side. Give me a reason why I shouldn't beat you both senseless right now. Bring up the club's reputation? Because you don't want to smear the reputation? Sorry. I don't know if that was the right choice. Because you don't want to smear the Mosaic's reputation. They're not paying you enough for this. When silence settles between us, I brace myself for the worst. Then the bouncer's grip loosens. Bold of you to assume I care about this dump's reputation. I meet their gaze through our masks' eye holes while we take slow, measured steps towards the entrance. If you decide to cause any more trouble in there, nobody will find your corpses tonight. An ugly, icy shiver trickles down my spine, but not before I drag my companion inside and out of the crow's reach. My hands grab at Francesco's arm, and I give it a warning squeeze as I tug him closer to myself. I feel him squirm, but he holds his tongue. Coming through. Yeah, fucking watch it. That was scary. I don't like that. It's just whatever. Hot tempers are rising. We disappear through the entrance and into the darkened corridor that leads to a bustling cloakroom and a set of bathrooms. It wasn't noticeable at all from the outside, but this place is quite packed. Now standing in line in hopes of shedding our outerwear, I take a moment to send a stern look through my mask in the boy's direction. I don't need to tell you that that wasn't very clever. Next time you want to play the hero, give me a heads up beforehand. But, his response doesn't come. As we fall into familiar silence, my grip around him softens, and instead I move my hand to give his arm a gentle rub. Francesco. No, I understand. I shouldn't have interfered with their job. His crestfallen posture makes my heart unexpectedly ache, as it dawns upon me that I feel generally bad for scolding him. You were trying to maintain our dignity, so thank you for that. His head droops lower. I've caused you so much trouble, Blue. I'm so sorry. Raise your head. It's all right. Here, let me take your coat. Ooh, look at this jewelry! When he unbuttons said coat with delicate fingers, it reveals a crisp, freshly ironed shirt underneath in a silvery color that shimmers under the muted lights. It complements his warm bronze skin tone to perfection. I love the jewelry. It looks so good. Wow. Even more stunning are the strands of jewelry underneath, all connecting into a gorgeous centerpiece that frames his collarbones beautifully. Very pretty. Thank you. It's my favorite outfit, actually. Oh, you have a favorite outfit. That's so fun. I can see why. It fits you like a glove. I hand over his belongings and my bag, minus the purse that I refuse to part with, to the person in charge, then pocket the numbered coin they give me in return. With my new outfit exposed, I don't miss the way Francesco's gaze lingers on me. Ah, I see. Slowly but surely, the previous tension melts away. The low thrum of the bass in the background floods our senses. The smoke blurs the hall, transforming it with its swirling haze. I thought I could make out a smell, but I'm mistaken. The smoke is thick and odorless. I feel like I'm making many reading mistakes right now. I don't know why. We should be safe here. I'm ready to go now. Then let's go in. I hold my arm towards him, and he takes it, linking us together as we make our way through the rest of the corridor, leading us to the main dance floor. Are we just gonna party? Party, 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 party. Once inside, I instantly shield my eyes with my free hand. Although there's still a substantial amount of smoke clouding the room, there's no mistaking what we see there. Huge streams of light spilling down on the floor from the ceiling, flickering on and off at a slow, rhythmic pace, close to matching the music itself. The music is unlike anything I've heard before. The instruments sound completely foreign. Most of the soundtrack relies on hushed vocals and some kind of hollow set of percussions. Okay. Around us, the sleek wooden walls are raised high, painted a matte black that crumbles at the corners. It's clearly a well-used room that has seen decades of parties and debauchery, and it makes me wonder what kinds of people pass through here. When I look towards Francesco to see his reaction, his mouth is lightly ajar. Not what you were expecting. No, this is better. It's better. Oh, I can't wait to dance. We're surrounded by a mass of people, already under the influence of something, though I have a hard time telling what. Many are clinging to each other, desperate for physical touch. Others dance on their own, focused so intently on the music that I think they wouldn't even notice if someone set the place on fire. There is determination and purpose to their every movement. I thought the lights and gas would affect us a lot quicker. Maybe we still need to give it some time. My companion has already moved closer to the center, walking in sync to the music. His hips are swaying lightly, and his shoulders loosen. Okay, ready feeling the music? Ooh. I keep my distance at first. I'm not sure how I feel about this atmosphere yet. What I do know is that several other dancers already have their eyes on Francisco, and it's not hard to see why. He's really good at dancing. I find it surprisingly difficult to avert my eyes from the scene. His whole body language transforms with every beat. A complete metamorphosis happening right before my eyes. Maybe he likes dancing a lot. On occasion, he slows, stagnates, almost as though hesitant, as though still in the process of shaking off the rust. But then, with another confident step, he rises and embraces the music. I have to force myself over to the counter to pick up some drinks, as the image of Francesco dancing in an almost sensual, otherworldly fashion leaves my mouth dry. 2 sour gills, please. The bartender makes quick work of my order. Lime peel, blueberries, chunks of ice, a couple of glugs of some nondescript liquor. I smell its refreshing whiff, even from where I'm standing. That sounds good. She slides the glasses in front of me in one smooth motion, and I quickly pay up, throat itching for a sip of something cold. By the time I find Francesco again, he's not alone. An eccentrically outfitted dancer sways with him, and another has their fingertips digging into the sides of his hips, leaning down to whisper something sweetly in his ear. He shifts, adjusting his moves to match the crowded surroundings he now finds himself in. I'm hit with the realization that they look really good, all of them together, engulfed by the club's heat, soaking in the burgundy lights. And then I feel familiar tightness in my chest. What? My lips twist in displeasure. Oh, Blue. It's jealousy. I'm jealous. At least you can admit it, Blue. That is a strength. Absolutely pathetic. I mean, it's not pathetic, it's human. It feels petty. The idea that the stranger would make me feel anything of that variety, but here I am. I consider the thought for a while. Leave it be. Huh. I decide to hang back at the bar, leaning against the counter with our drinks. There really is no point to me interfering. I take a long gulp of my sour gill, savoring the trail of fire it leaves behind with the subtle aftertaste of citrus. It's not long before I can't help myself and peek back up at Francisco, who is still engrossed in the music. The second dancer presses their torso into his back and reaches over to tilt his chin, diving in to claim his parted lips. That is, until he politely, but firmly holds up his hand to stop their approach. They exchange a few words and the stranger leaves. The other one soon follows, when they see he's uninterested in anything other than dancing. He's assertive when he wants to be. Interesting. I take that opportunity to come over with his drink. Are you having fun, Goldie? Blue! I am. There's something very special about dancing to music you really love. I'd go for the whole night if I could. We're in no rush. Don't worry about curfews on my account. Yes. His bouncing enthusiasm makes a smile unwittingly creep up to my lips under the mask. The music speeds up a notch. Now fully immersed in the center of the club, I take a deep breath. And I realize, with cautioned skepticism, that I feel no different than usual. I should at least feel some brain fog, some slowness, something by now. We've been here long enough for it to enter our system. Francisco seems to be affected, though. Tipsy looking, almost. My eyes trail over his dancing figure, the elegant movements, the passionate whip back of his hair, and I know he doesn't have a care in the world right now. So, what gives? This is so much fun. His hands pull me in towards him as we stumble into a rhythmic dance of our own. I keep him upright. He keeps me moving. We form a symbiosis of patterned movements and clumsy twirls until it smooths out, and we find our balance. The steady bass reverberates within my chest. Yeah, it is. The blueberry lace strings go down without resistance. It hits me, not long after, that I too feel free. Amidst the crowd of strangers, the dimmed strobing lights, and the ever so slightly too loud music. Nobody will remember me tonight, except for the person in front of me. Francesco twirls me again, face lighting up with a smile I can only describe as euphoric. Under my mask, I smile back. I'm about to raise my hands in an effort to dance more when the song ends in an almost abrupt manner. In its stead, a heavy, deeply bassy pulsation spreads through the room. It's unlike anything I've ever felt before. Rhythm so intense, it reaches into my chest and grasps my heart. Thump, thump, thump. What's happening? Someone must have gotten a little creative with their music sheets. It feels harder to get words out. They swim like thick syrup across my tongue. This rhythm is like... Francesco stumbles again, harder, and I try my best to support his weight on my shoulder. It's a heartbeat? Thump, thump, thump. The lights pulsate in unison, glowing with bright shades of red and pinks and browns. The smoke, too, changes. There's a distinct smell to it now. Something slightly leathery and earthy. It's intoxicating. I try to refocus my thoughts on more productive things, such as maybe leaving, but my mind is clouded by a slowly increasing haze. Maybe they do it periodically, like this part, and so people get more into the music, so maybe like every 30 minutes or an hour? There's not much time. Oh. Francesco is leaning on my shoulder, steadying his breathing. I catch a whiff of his scent, a bit of patchouli, a hint of sage, and something warm. It's completely unexpected. Has he always smelled this good? Has he always smelled this good? Has he always been this close? Hey, Goldie. He nuzzles in closer. Hey, get it together. This isn't what we came here for. He peeks up at me, perfectly still for a while. Is it not? Is it not? I don't know. We came here to dance. Attending a glorified musical hormone bath? No, I don't think so. I have to force myself to push him back into an upright position where he stands in a daze, taking in slowly morphing surroundings. Then he crumples back onto me. We feel it, the increase in temperature, the surge of pheromones and musk in the air. It's so tangible and intense that even complete strangers fall into each other's arms. He gasps, and I know why. Whatever this cocktail of mind-altering components is, it's very effective. Oh my god. Around us, hands rove over bare shoulders, fingers curl into thick locks of hair, lips mesh together in pure desperation. It's wild and untapped, and so very raw. With every bassy beat, I feel my grip on reality fading. Francesco has never looked so mouth-watering. It's the drugs, guys. It takes everything in me not to throw myself on the boy in front of me. The unbuttoned shirt, the creamy, slightly damp skin it reveals, the way he's staring up at me, like I'm the only one he can anger himself onto. Hey, beautiful. Who's saying hey, beautiful to who? Because I will be offended if you don't say hey, beautiful to Blue. Because yes, it's established that Blue's also, Francisco is also very beautiful. But what about Blue? Also, how are you still standing? Or like not completely fallen over? I would have fallen over at this point. Hey, beautiful. The voice in my ear makes me stand on end. It's a petite person with a bright, breathy voice that I did not give them a bright, breathy voice. Clinging on the fabric of my cloak, their lips snip at the shell of my ear insistently as I attempt to free myself from their grip.
Couldn't help but notice your outfit. You in need of some company?
No, thank you. I suppress the uncomfortable flush of heat in my body and uncurl their fingers. Don't touch me like that.
I need something. I need help.
What? No! My head whips back up to see Francesco with his arm outstretched towards the crowd, panicking. What's going on? My purse. They took my purse. Of all times. When I turn around to throw the person off me for good, they've already vanished into nothing. I'm briefly seized by panic as I pat myself down to check for all my belongings, but it seems their hands didn't make it under my cloak. So I breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Then with the adrenaline quickly leaving my system, the haze reclaims me. Come on, let's find your purse and give those thieves a piece of our mind. Yes. He fidgets nervously, writhing on the spot. I can tell he's holding himself back, to the point of discomfort. Let's find them. We're back at the bar where I previously ordered our drinks, but it's eerily empty for such a busy night. Well, of course, everyone is more interested in each other. Hey, have you seen anyone suspicious come through here? The bartender's semi-raised mask exposes sweaty, pallid skin and barely trembling lips like she's close to passing out. No, what do you mean by suspicious? They were two fairly short people, their masks were cracked, I think, and they were awfully fast. If they came through, then I didn't see them. Although now that you mention it, I did see two people who hung around here for a little bit. Didn't order anything, though, just left after a few seconds. I'm guessing you didn't see where they headed. My head is blasting. Thank you, anyways. Yes, it's alright. We'll find them. We can't go on much longer, though. This music is getting intense. Corner? I'm not sure what I was expecting, but the far corner of the club is decorated with dark velvet drapes to cover some paint peeling, and a few empty armchairs. There's someone. That is, there's no one except for one lone, shirtless customer who's busy filling a tiny glass pipe with clear liquid. I don't need to ask to know that it's probably not water. You need something? Not from here, no. I don't mind sharing. Your drugs, I think I'll pass. Beside me, Francisco pipes up, but I shoot him a warning look before he has the chance to say anything. Not now, you rascal. You're right. He returns to his senses, keeping his eyes peeled on our surroundings. It's the good stuff, though. This sight actually strikes me as rare. His mask barely covers his face, and so I see his eyes. Tired, lidded eyes. The bass is only getting more intense by the second. My body feels so unbelievably heavy. For a second, I'm almost tempted to have a seat with him. That second passes quickly, as I remember my purpose for being here in the first place. Have you seen a short duo with high-pitched voices and cracked masks? Quick on their feet. Maybe. Memory's foggy, though. Vaguely remember someone carrying something. Loud metallic sounds. That's about it. That might just be a lead. We could be going the right direction. We'll just be on our way. Thanks. Enjoy the night. Opposed to the musicians, I feel the deep pulsations even more. This part of the club is especially affected. Clothes litter the floor, and masks are strewn about haphazardly. Nothing here? I check with Francesco, who shakes his head slowly. No, nothing. His gaze lingers on two barely dressed dancers rubbing against each other, and I have to give him his arm a short tap. It's too loud here. We have to go. Yeah. Keep your eyes to yourself, Goldie. They'll think you want to join. No, that's not it. We push past the scantily clad crowd and keep searching when some of the masks on the floor seem to grab his attention. These! They were wearing these masks. So they've been through here. Ditched their masks and everything. Slippery bastards. We need to keep going. Yes. Where to next? Search the back of the dance floor. Again, we wrestle through the tight formations of people and manage to squeeze our way back, where we are greeted by another dark wall. See anybody you recognize? No, I don't think so. He's growing more tense by the minute. I don't blame him. This is awful. We trail along the edge of the wall from one end of the club to the other, narrowly dodging couples, clothes, and the occasional passed-out drunk on the floor. It's growing unbearably hot in here. Every breath feels like inhaling tepid vapors. The people on this side of the club are too distracted to offer any coherent answer. I can't blame them, either. Should we look somewhere else? Yeah, there's nothing here. Stay calm. Where to next? Search the very center of the crowd. By the time we make it to the very center of the crowd, I've lost Francesco again. This time, I allow it. I can always reunite with him at a later point. That's not so much the case with this purse. My eyesight is starting to blur a little at this point, and there's a heady warmth swirling inside me, growing with every intake of smoke. But I do see something. No way. Francesco's holding a coin pouch, standing in front of two very skittish people. In return, he holds out some cracked masks to them. I'm sorry, but I hope you understand why I'm asking you to return this. What you did wasn't very kind. Please take your mask back too, okay? You're making a mess of the floor, otherwise. He's lecturing them about the theft. I've never met someone with so little common sense. Anyway, please don't do that again, okay? The thieves don't say a single word. Their eyes meet, and after another moment of uncomfortable silence, they leave after taking the mask from him. I finally join him. Goldie. Blue, look, I got my money back. Oh, I'm just so happy I could dance. He stumbles, knees shaking. Well, you could dance, or you could take a break on one of those benches outside, where we're not getting pumped full of pheromones. But we're only getting started. How did you manage to get a hold of that pouch anyway? Oh, I just asked them. You can't be serious. But I am. You know I wouldn't lie to you. What? What thief would just hand over their treasure? It makes no sense. Right. Inside me, doubt continues to claw relentlessly. What is it that really happened here? I don't have the time to ponder the question at all, because the haze swiftly returns to my mind. The blurry heat of hot smoke and heartbeat-like bass leaves my sanity hanging on by a thread. It's so hard to breathe. I turn to face Francesco again. He's squirming still, trying to shake off the heavy fog with some more dancing, only for his body to give up on him a few seconds later. Hey. No, I don't want to leave. I heave a shaky sigh, trying my utmost to stay sane. Then, my hand finds its way to the top of his head to give his hair a ruffle. He easily slumps under my touch. My computer's about to die. We have to. We're not safe here. I don't care. Well, I do. We'll come back someday. But for now, this isn't right. After a few seconds of hazy silence, he nods and gazes back up, lips twisted in uncertainty. You promise we'll come back? Yeah, I promise. After one last peek around the crowded, pheromone-soaked locale, we scurry towards the exit, stepping over piles of clothes and dancers as we do. What seemed like the beginning of a night of debauchery just a few minutes ago is starting to morph into something more aggressive. Gas rippled throughout the crowd when the first punch is thrown, then the second one results in a third, and by the time we've made it out of the main room, it's a cacophony of screams and bloody knuckles. That could have been us. Ugh. The cold cavern air has never felt so good before. I fill my lungs with it, taking in deep gulps of oxygen until I feel the fog slowly lifting from my mind. Every breath after that, my thoughts come easier. I'm overcome with relief, grounding myself 1 second at a time, and I see Francesco coming to his senses too. Looks like the smoke doesn't stay in the system all that long. The streets are still as alive as when we entered the club, as we quickly find ourselves on the road to a quieter location. Fran falls into step beside me, hesitant. And I need to leave it here because I have to go do something. But yeah, that was fun to say the least. I'm gonna save. That was a lot. I have questions, but I will leave them for next time because I really have to go. But I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time with another part of Obscura with Francesco. Bye!